Hi and welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be looking at the cover letter and how you can ensure that you write an effective cover letter that will attract a potential employer. And we're going to be covering it with Mary Amondo, who is our interview coach here at Corporate Staffing, and she's going to give us more tips on how you can write an effective cover letter. My name is Cynthia Wakio, the Communication and Events Manager at Corporate Staffing Services, and I'm glad to have you on this video. Thank you so much for joining me, Mary.
Thank you. It's good to be here once again.
Yeah, every week.
Every week.
All right.
Yes.
So let's look at the topic we are covering today. What is the essence of a cover letter when applying for a job?
Well, a cover letter is just like a letter of intent. So this is the document that helps to make you sellable even before the employer or the recruiter has a look at your CV. So it is a very important document because it allows the recruiter to have a clear understanding of your suitability to the role that you're applying for, and also how your skill set aligns to the position that you are applying for. So it is what drives the recruiter or the hiring manager to even want to have a look at now the entire document that is your CV. Yeah, that is how important the cover letter is.
Yeah. So how long or short should it be?
Well, a good cover letter should only be 1 page, not really a quarter page or half a page, but well outlined in terms of the paragraphs, between 4 to 5 or 3 to 5 paragraphs at most, but it should not exceed 1 page.
Yeah. It should detail what is important to the job, first of all, and you remember you have a CV already, so not more than 1 page, basically.
Yes, actually, I normally refer to the cover letter as that tell us about yourself question in an interview room.
Yeah.
It is what sets the pace. It is what motivates the employer or the interviewer to wants to hear more from you.
Yeah.
Just the same thing that the cover letter does. It is what activates the hiring manager or the recruiter to want now to go through your CV to get more details with regards to what you are bringing to the team or to the table.
Okay.
Yeah.
So speaking of details, what kind of details should you include in a cover letter?
Well, over and above the obvious, that is your name, your address, your contacts, and also the details of the employer or the company that is onboarding, that is their address, the name of the hiring manager if you know them by name. A good cover letter should be able to capture the applicant's educational background or educational history, and all this information that should be included in the cover letter is normally in the job description. So you look at that job description, what kind of academic requirement do they want? Is it a bachelor's degree? Is it a master's degree? Is there any professional training or qualification or certification that they have listed in the job description that the candidate is required to have? So under academic qualifications or history, ensure you capture everything as indicated in the job description. If maybe the bachelor's degree qualification they're looking for is not what you have studied, you've studied a different bachelor's program, for example, but you have qualified to that role based on the work experience. Also mention, as you mention your academic qualification, how has the course that you've studied adding value to the role you are being interviewed for? Apart from the education background, another also key area is the experience or the work experience or the professional history or qualifications that you have. This is where you look at the job description, the duties and responsibilities they've listed. Look at the 2 recent positions that you held. It can be the current role a candidate is holding or the previous role they held. How relevant is it to the job you are applying for? So that means you qualify for that role based on the duties and responsibilities, the specific work-related situations you've also handled. So in terms of the professional experience, I normally encourage candidates to look at it from the point of the positions that you held that has given you much exposure or much experience relevant to the role. Sometimes you find the role you currently hold is not relevant to the position you're applying for. Maybe the experience that will be able to sell you out is something you acquired from the previous employer. So that is what should carry more weight in that cover letter. But another thing that should also not be overlooked is the skill set. The employer or the hiring manager wants to see, how does your skill set align to this position you're applying for? Yeah. And if you look at that job description, the skill set is normally highlighted. It's so obvious. Most job descriptions shows the kind of skills that they are looking for in that position. So it calls for a candidate or an applicant to also position or package their skill set that are very key or relevant to the role to come out strongly. Yeah. That is also what will be able to show the hiring manager what you are able to bring to the team if they bring you on board. Yeah. And lastly, most importantly, the cover letter or a letter of intent should also show why are you really interested in this job. Over and above your academic qualifications, the experience that you had, the skill set, what are some of the values, what is the motivating factor? This is what is selling you out. Yeah. So to some extent, even the passion should come out strongly. And of course, a candidate or an applicant should never forget to sign off. Yeah. In the cover letter.
Signing off, you mean yours faithfully? Should you use warm regards? Should you use, so what do you use? It's official. Yeah.
The most official one is yours faithfully or sincerely. Then you write your name. If you are going to be attaching some documents, you have to indicate enclose how many documents have you attached there. So if there are 5, it's enclose 5, enclose 6, and like that.
But also in the JD where employers provide instructions on what to put in the cover letter, maybe highlight your salary. Expected salary in the cover letter. Then you have to go through the instructions to see if there's something needed by the employer.
Very true.
To have in the cover letter.
Paying attention to the job description is very key. Even how they require you to capture the subject line. Some employers are very specific on how the subject line should read. So those are some of the areas that applicants should really pay attention to.
At the end of the day, it's about selling value. And also paying attention to detail and knowing what you have and what you can bring to the table.
Definitely.
So thank you so much for those tips.
Great.
Thank you for watching. For more tips on on job strategies, on how you can write CV, or rather an effective CV or a cover letter, interview skills, this is the channel for all of that. Please subscribe, share to your friends, and leave a comment if you would like us to tackle a specific topic, and we will do that in the next video. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.